Would you have the courage to walk through Moscow in 1945? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. Walk through Red Square and visit the subway stations that served as shelters for the population. Next, we're visiting the residential areas to see the locals celebrating. All of this possible because Russia, the US, and the UK were allies in 1945. We made it. This is Moscow, June 1945. The greatest conflict in human history has just ended in Europe, at least for now. The atmosphere here is indescribable. You can literally feel the relief and energy in the air. People are celebrating the end of years of darkness. Look at that, Soviet soldiers chatting amicably with American and British officers. In 1945, the alliance is still real and strong. Giant propaganda posters are everywhere. It's fascinating to see the graphic art of the era covering these historic buildings. Walking through the square, we come face to face with St. Basil's Cathedral. It's unbelievable that it survived the entire conflict completely intact. Years before Stalin almost demolished this cathedral, it was only saved because the architect put his own life at risk on the steps if they tore it down. There are Eastern Front veterans right over there on the steps playing accordions. People are gathering around them. It's impossible not to be moved. Russia lost more than 20 million people. For every family here today, this relief comes at a monumental price. I'm going to walk closer to the Kremlin gates now. There's a strange movement of high-ranking officers happening over there. Getting closer to the Spasskaya Tower, you can see the Soviet guards standing in perfect formation. The security atmosphere here is heavy. Look at that black car passing right now. It's a ZIS 101, the official vehicle used by high-ranking government officials. I'm turning onto Gorky Avenue. The buildings here are absolutely massive, built in that monumental style they love. Several officers are leaving an important meeting just ahead. Everyone on the sidewalk stops and clears the way when they walk past. The movement up here is huge, so I'm heading down into one of the most stunning places in Moscow, the underground metro. Look at how deep this is. These escalators seem endless, and the architecture is already starting to completely change. Wow. This doesn't look like a transit station. It looks like an underground palace. It's absolutely unbelievable. During the worst months of the conflict, these luxurious stations served as bomb shelters for thousands of civilians to spend the night. The classic train is pulling in right now. Let's try to get on board and see what the atmosphere is like inside. The doors are opening. The interior of the car is all polished wood, and the seats look like old leather upholstery. The car is full of workers and soldiers heading home. The atmosphere inside here is surprisingly quiet and tired. I'm heading to a more residential neighborhood of Moscow now, and I want to see firsthand how families are celebrating the end of the war. We've reached our stop. This station is much simpler, far from all that luxury of the city center. Let's head back up to the streets. You can hear music and voices coming from up there, even before stepping outside. All right, we're out. This is a communal courtyard between several old apartment buildings, far from the grandiosity of the center. Look at that. The neighbors put several wooden tables together in the middle of the yard to share the little food they have. Rationing here in the neighborhoods is still severe, but people make sure to share everything so no one spends Victory Day with nothing. Some veterans from the neighborhood itself, who just got back from the front, are proposing an emotional toast right now. And the music started. They're playing an old guitar and dancing in a circle right in the middle of the courtyard. Leaving the main courtyard a bit, the streets here are narrower and full of buildings with these beautiful neoclassical facades. It's curious to see how life goes on.
There's laundry drying in almost every gap between the buildings, giving it a very domestic feel. Even with the war just over, you can already see groups of women working on the reconstruction of sidewalks and damaged walls.
I'm gonna walk a bit more. I want to find a high spot to see if I can catch the beginning of the sunset over the city. I walked up the hill a bit and reached this beautiful park. From up here, you can see the city rooftops under this clear daylight.
A very curious fact, even in the middle of so much scarcity, the ice cream kiosks here kept running and are a national passion.
Look over there on the benches. Several gentlemen are intensely focused playing chess outdoors, completely oblivious to the noise of the world. Chess here is taken very seriously. During the war, newspapers kept publishing chess puzzles to keep people's minds active. Now I'm going down the hill toward an iconic theater square to check out the afternoon cultural scene. We've made it to the iconic Bolshoy Theatre Square. Looking at these monumental columns gives you a real sense of the cultural weight of this place. During the war years, the roof of the Bolshoy was camouflaged and painted to look like ordinary houses to deceive enemy planes. Look at these classic posters at the entrance. They're already announcing the return of grand operas and ballet shows to the public. An amazing detail, the dancers from here didn't stop during the war. They traveled all the way to the battlefronts to perform on makeshift stages. I'm gonna walk around the square now. There's an old book fair happening on the side street that I really want to check out. Take a look at this. Several wooden stalls full of relics, from Russian classics to old poetry editions. I found this wonderful illustrated edition of Tolstoy. The hand-drawn engravings on the pages are true works of art, but there's a tense side to it. Many brilliant writers were banned by the regime, and finding their works around here is practically impossible. I'm leaving the book fair behind. We have one more spot to explore before the day finally starts to come to a close. I decided to cross the bridge to get a more open view. The breeze up here is delightful, and the daylight is still quite strong. The Moscow River down here was vital for transporting supplies during the siege. Today, it looks so calm and festive with these little boats. Down there are several fishermen. It's amazing how people seek moments of peace, even in a city that lived through so much chaos. Many of these bridges were rebuilt or reinforced in a hurry in recent years to ensure the city didn't become isolated. The sky is changing. The sun has finally started to go down, and Moscow's colors are turning golden. Look at how the light hits these buildings now. Everything seems to glow in gold. It's one of the most beautiful views I've ever recorded. Summer here has long days, and this evening light feels like it lasts forever. It's the moment when everyone heads to their windows. The shadows are getting long on the sidewalk. It's almost poetic to see the city calming down as the sun says goodbye. It's moving to think that, after years of lights out because of the war blackout, Moscow can finally shine again at night. I'm gonna pick up the pace. I want to get to Red Square exactly at the moment the sun finally disappears. I made it. Stepping onto Red Square with this end-of-day light is breathtaking. The Kremlin towers look even more imposing. Look at St. Basil's Cathedral back there. The colorful domes silhouetted against this dark sky look like a painting. It's a miracle these monuments are standing. The entire square was camouflaged with wooden structures during the bombings to confuse pilots. Night is finally falling over Moscow. This residential and historic Victory Day will be saved forever in my memory. Witnessing firsthand the strength and resilience of these people today made me realize that peace is built in the small details of everyday life. Being able to document this unique moment and bring these real stories to you is the true reason why I love making these vlogs through time. Thank you so much for joining me on another incredible journey. You make every second of this adventure worth it. Watch this video on the left about VE Day, but in Berlin, the side that lost. Or on the right, the video that YouTube is recommending to you.
Thanks for coming along on this journey. Leave your destination suggestion in the comments, and I'll see you there.
See you soon.